This video describes how to run reports, filter them, and perform other manipulations on them, including exporting the report. It also describes how to understand change reports, how to read them, and so forth. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to start with the Austin event here, and I'm going to run the meeting change report. In general, change reports are reports that show you what is different compared to an earlier date. I'll go ahead and run the meeting change report and you can see what I mean. The first thing you can see when a report is run is that many reports have many fields. They have a heading here at the top and then values going vertically. And when it's a change report, it will say something like comparing with values of and the date that it's making the comparison with. Also, common to change reports will be a change status line. The status of any particular line, in this case each line is a meeting, can be either the same, meaning it was not changed compared to this earlier date, changed, meaning that it was changed, or new, meaning that that line wouldn't have existed if I ran this report at that earlier date. It was created sometime since that moment. So here are some examples. This meeting, called the auto committee meeting, used to be at 11 a.m. and I changed it to 10:45 a.m. And I did that more recently than July 28th. Therefore, these changes are highlighted and it gets the status changed. I can even highlight this status change and it will tell me exactly what the old times were. It will do that, by the way, in GMT. You'll have to do the translation yourself. This line at the bottom, that is a meeting called Eating Sushi, was created again after July 28th, so it's considered new, and it starts at 3:15 and so on and so forth. As I scroll across, you can see that there are a number of different pieces of information. The name of the meeting, the partner's first and last name, the hotel name, the room name, the level that this meeting is going to appear on, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm going to filter this meeting so that some of the information is not shown to me. I might do this because I want to export it into a certain format, or there might be some information in here that I just don't consider important. So, for example, let's say that I want to not see the partner's first and last name here. So I'm coming to the right, I'm going to click Filter, and I'm going to find each column shown here is a mirror of the columns shown in the report. So I'm going to scroll over until I find the partner's first and last name, and I'm going to uncheck Visible, meaning make them invisible. Now you can see that the report no longer has the partner's first and last names. In this manner, you can make any column in your report visible or invisible. Now I'm going to filter further. I'm not interested in seeing meetings that have been removed or retired in one way or another. So I am going to go to the active column, and for any meeting that is not active, I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to say Filter Now. Sure enough, only meetings that are actually active, not removed, are now in my list. And if I'm interested in seeing only the meetings that have changed, I would do something like this. Again, to the Filter button, and I would say anything that's changed or new I'll keep, but I'm going to uncheck Same. Now you can see that only my 3 changed meetings are visible. And finally, you can filter on just about anything. So I will leave all the sames in, but now I'm only interested in seeing Jane Schmilling's meeting. So I'm going to remove Fries Friedman. And now you can see, actually you can't. I have hidden the columns for the partner's first and last name. So even though those are not visible, they are still considered to be filterable. And I unchecked them and made it so that only Jane Schmilling's meetings were visible here. If I'd like to clear that up, I'm going to go ahead and reintroduce the partner's first and last names as visible columns. Okay, now you can see there's Jane Schmilling, and so forth, because I filtered for only her. That's how filtering works, and you can trim down as many as you want. Now, if I would like to print this report, I can click on the report button. What this does is it strips down all of the fields so that they are as simple and basic as they can be. And when I'm ready, I can click on Print This Report button to print it. I can learn about how to copy this report to Word or Excel. I can make my font sizes bigger or smaller if that's what I need. In this case, I'm going to learn a little bit about how to copy to Word or Excel. I can click in the report, hit Control-A, then right-click the blue area, say copy it, and paste it in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm right-clicking in the report. I'm going to use Control-A to select all, right-click and copy it. And now, I happen to be using Google Spreadsheets, but you can use Excel if you wish. I'm going to use Control-V to paste into my spreadsheet, and there it is. And now I can do further manipulations to the fields if I want to. When I'm done with that, I can close it, and I get back to my main report here. In addition to that method of exporting, as with any table in the entire application, I can always hover the tab button, right-click, and select copy, and then go over to my spreadsheet. And for the sake of demonstration, I'll make a new sheet here, and I'm going to say Control-V to paste it in. And now just the contents of the columns, rows and columns, will be pasted in. And when I'm done viewing this report or manipulating it in whatever way I wish, I simply close. And I can reproduce that report later at any time. One last thing to know about change reports. If I run this meeting change report and I want to see the information from a different date and time, that is, a time other than July 28th, I also use this filter button. So if I want to see all the changes from, for example, August 4th at 22:55, this is done in military time so that you can be certain exactly when. This is 10:55 at night. And I say filter now, the changes will show only the changes that were made since that moment. Coincidentally, all of these changes are more recent than that. And that's how you adjust the date that you're filtering from. Thank you very much for watching this video.